Hello, Nurture Gang. What's happening? So I've had a couple people asking what is expected. And I know that for some of you who are just jumping in here, some of this information is going to feel a bit overwhelming, or you're not going to know exactly what to do. So I did make everybody an online experience so that you can go through one at a time and kind of break down what we're meant to do. But let me just lay it out so that it's super easy and articulate real quick. There is the first and second video, and then the course outline and course outline video together in that. And there's two basic spots for those. So you'll start at the top and then you'll go to the course outline. So for the Nurture experience itself, what you are going to really want to focus on is what is the primary problem you solve in your business? What's the primary problem that you solve in your business? So for example, if you're a hairdresser, the primary problem you solve is gray hair. Let's just say that, right? Like they need root touch-ups, but if we're also really honest, what they love is hanging out with you. And so how you can solve both of those at the same time is that you are creating a video that teaches people how to touch up their roots on the go in case, again, we're in lockdown again, and teaching them how to care for themselves and do their hair maybe in a different way so that they can feel like they're having a night out and really pretty. That might be another problem you can solve. So you'd be making 3 different videos. One would be the root touch up. The next one would be the blow dry, and maybe talk to them about when you're blow drying your hair, this is an opportunity for you to take care of yourself and not feel rushed. And maybe this is a great opportunity to put on a meditation in the middle of the morning while you're blow drying your hair and stick it in your ears and listen so that you can kind of get ready for your day. Give them some sort of mindset in that experience. And then at the end, teaching them how to really create a beautiful style for their hair. It's another option. So if you are in a yoga industry or a fitness industry, you might have 3 sections of the body that are really like the pieces that we all need to understand. So instead of doing like one 45-minute workout, you can really talk about your process through how you teach and what makes you different and what it is about the body that is so important to you. Is it the mind? Is it the body? But I would really talk about like 3 different sections. And if you're doing this section here, you're obviously going to talk about the mindset and how important that is. If you're talking about the midsection and the core, you might want to really talk about how the core is not just our core strength, but also our core belief systems and what that means for us, both in our life and in our fitness, and how important it is to be able to hold ourselves up and just give visual aids of like what it means to be powerful in your core. And then if you're working on the leg section, if you're fitness, then you might also want to talk about like the importance of the roots, the importance of the legs and how they hold you up and how they support you and how they keep you safe and make it so that you can run away from zombies should they be chasing you. So those would be the 3 modules that you would offer. So it's like the problem is on the go, it's really hard to work out sometimes. It's hard to motivate, right? So that would be a curiosity that I'd have is like, in a time of COVID, there have been a lot of people who have gotten online and done online workouts, but a lot of us are like suffering the mindset aspect, suffering the like have to show up because there's no accountability. So creating an understanding of accountability and the pleasure that really working out causes, and then giving us small workouts that we can do that are like 15-minute increments would be great, right? So really each Nurture experience is 3 tiny little modules. And as I've said, it's like we're building a 45-minute webinar, if you will. But because what we know about people is this, especially right now, there's so much digital downloading information right now that it's hard to digest it all. And our attention spans as a result have just gotten smaller and smaller and smaller. So the 45-minute webinar, albeit it can be a really powerful tool, it's also one where we don't know if they're going to make it to the end. We're not convinced that they're going to make it to the end. And most webinars, especially these days, are just like kind of douchey, if I'm honest. Like they're a little bit douchey in the experience of like, they're mostly just giving you bare minimum. They're not giving you a whole lot of information. So you kind of leave feeling like, okay, I've wasted 45 minutes of my life, and then they want to sell me something. So with this experience with Nurture, we're doing very similar. So I don't want to lie to you guys, but we're doing it in a non-douchey way. We're finding a way to create and generate true transformation in a very short time period with a sales pitch at the end of everything. So in addition to those 3 videos that I'm asking you each to make with a little perhaps PDF, and again, video number 1 and 2 in our Nurture Experience Business Build Out online module, it's going to teach you exactly what I mean by that. And as well in the course outline, we're going to go back over that, but just to give you another little heads up. So we're trying to create this. We're trying to educate, entertain, inspire. Educate, entertain, inspire. And so the education piece is your expertise. The entertainment piece is really the how-to on their side, how they're going to do this thing. And inspiration is not what you think. It's not like, you can do it. It's rather, I inspire you to book an appointment with me right now. That's the inspiration. I inspire you to make a good choice for yourself and schedule time with me or buy something from me. So here's how it goes. Video 1, you're going to give them a profound aha. Like you want video 1 to be juicy as fuck. And here's why, because they might not make it to video 2, but you can promise that in 15 minutes of juicy, entertaining, educating material, you are going to inspire them to do something with you. So at the end of video 1, after you've enticed them and you've like really gotten them all juiced up on what you have to offer, you can say, and by the way, just so you know, you do not have to do this alone. While I'm offering you this in a digital way, you absolutely have every reason to believe that you are able to work with me. And so you can schedule with me, blankety blank, blank, blank website, and book with me today. I do one-to-one appointments and I do group packages, whatever it is that is your flavor. It would be my honor to know you and work with you. Inspire. And then you close out and you say, but remember, this next module, super, super important that you get to this because you're going to learn XYZ. So then you set them up for that. And then second module is a little bit meaty, but not that meaty, not as meaty as first one. And so you give them a little bit of material. They're still engaged. They're still excited. And at the end of video 2, you're like, oh, by the way, did you learn anything new? Isn't this amazing? You know, you are just going to start feeling better, like barely. And I just want to make sure that you know that I'm available to work with you anytime you need. Please go to my blankety blank blank website and schedule your appointment with me. Here's where it gets fun though. Module 3. So in your sales copy, again, through the online course that you guys get, module 3 is your sales pitch. This is really like, they've made it this far, they're fucking invested. If they've made it to module 3, they are in, like Flynn. But here's the thing. Remember the sales copy, okay? So if you haven't watched the problems video, watch the problems video because this is where you get all your sales copy. The problem is in, let's say you are in the wellness and coaching arena, okay? The problem is that the ego is a motherfucker and the ego is always messing with your shit. And the ego is always up in your biz and it's so hard to manage the mind. So you've learned in module 1 how to do this thing. And in module 2, you learn this other thing. But in order to keep module 1 and module 2 going so that you can be successful in your life, you're going to need your mindset to be on par. But remember, like the ego is the bastard here. And the ego is the one that's always telling you you can't, always telling you shouldn't, always trying to keep you down, always trying to keep you unhappy. Your ego is always doing this thing. I'm riffing here, but you understand what I'm saying, I hope, is that I haven't given them any tools or tips yet in module 3. All I've done in module 3 is like salt, right? Just a little bit of salt. Like I'm reminding them how hard this is. And I'm also relating to the problems that they have because I have a solution. That's part of my expertise, right? Is that I've done a lot of the heavy lifting. I've climbed to Mount Everest and I have a shorter path that I'm selling them. Basically, it took me 7 weeks to get to the top of the mountain and I'm going to basically sell them the same journey, but in 2 weeks because I'm an expert and I did it the hard way and I'm going to give them the easy way. That's all an expert is. So in module 3, we are reminding them just how hard it is to be alone in this, how hard it is to do certain things by themselves. So while we're giving them tips and tools through this entire experience, by the end, we're really reminding them how hard it is. So now in this mindset section, right? I'm just using this as an example. You guys get creative and come up with your own version. But in this mindset section, so I've just really like driven home how evil that fucking ego can be. And now I'm going to give you three tips that are going to totally help you transform your mindset. Answer these three questions every day and anytime your ego shows up to give you a bad time. Here are the three questions that you are going to ask your ego. And you're going to put your hand on your heart and you're going to ask your ego these questions and see what shows up. I'm just riffing again, guys. But you've got those three tips. And then you say, now remember, module 1 and module 2, that's where the heart of this is. And in order for you guys to stay with module 1 and module 2 and everything that you've learned, you must master the mind. Now, I understand, because I've been at this for a really long time, that the mind is in and of itself masterful at taking us out. And so if you have not mastered your mindset, if you have not mastered this aspect of yourself and you feel like it is a bitch and a motherfucker, then I want you to schedule your one-to-one with me now. If you haven't already after module 1 and 2, please, this is your opportunity to schedule your one-to-one with me right now. Here's my website, blankety blank, blank, blank. And let me just also say, sometimes that one-to-one is enough, and some of us want more. So let me just tell you that I'm not out here just to leave you out on your own or just see you that one time. The best that you're going to get out of me is package. Whatever your package is, if you have a 10 pack, if you have a 20 pack, if you have a pre-written course, if you have something that you could offer them that creates an avenue of consistency with you, this module 3 is when you offer it. Now, let me explain that sales experience for you as well, is that in module 1, we're only inviting them to a one-on-one. Module 2, again, we're reiterating, I only do one-to-one. I'm only a one-to-oneer. Module 3, we're like, here is what I have for you. And this is why. Because we don't want to do free sales calls. A lot of people out there offer free sales calls. I do on occasion offer a free sales call. It's called the breakthrough call. It costs me 45 minutes. And let me just share with you my spectrum of who buys and who doesn't on that 45-minute call. I have sold one package on a free phone call. One. And let me tell you why, because they're not invested in me yet. There is no like trust there on a free call. There is, I'm a deal seeker and I want to know what you're going to give me on that call. Whereas if they've invested in a one-to-one with you, if they've invested by making an appointment with you, now not only are you being paid, and if you ever see them again, whatevs, but it's your gig now on that one-to-one to make two decisions on that one-to-one. The first decision is, do I like them? Are they the kind of client that I want to spend a lot of time with? And then number 2 decision that you get to make with them is, are they a fit for my program? Are they a fit for my program? They've already paid you, so you're golden, right? You've already made an hour or 2 hours worth of money out of this because they booked the one-to-one. But you get now the opportunity to interview them and decide if you like them and if they're a fit for you. And if that's the case, then you really get to decide if you want to invite them into your program or invite them into a bigger package. This takes the lack mentality. It takes the like, I need to have them out of the equation. And instead it puts like a massive amount of power in your own hands. Okay? Because the goal is to sell package. The goal is to sell program. The goal here is to make sure that you are building out a massive client base that is going to really serve and solve for you as well financially, but that you also feel connected to in a way that is going to make it easy for you to serve and solve for others, right? Because we are our best when we're working with our ideal client, when we're working with the people that light us up. We are not our best when we are compromised and having to shapeshift our energy into somebody else's needs. So when it comes to the package space, when it comes to seeing people over and over and over and over again, we really want to just sell it to the people we like, love, and want to hang out with. And most likely they're going to feel that vibe anyways, and they're going to sign up for you regardless because they too feel that. And we can talk about payment plans and we can talk about all those other things on future calls, but I just wanted to lay out what we're doing. Now, on the last note, and this is going to be a long video for all of you, but on the last note is this: what is the nurture experience? What are we creating in this online arena? Let me just share. So we have what is called a membership online space. Different than brick and mortar, what this is an opportunity for people to take an app on the go. So as all of us have these smartphones with us, now they're going to have a Nurture Now app, and they can pay for a monthly membership to be a part of it. And they're going to have your experience there for them anytime. So if you, again, are in maybe the mental health or the wellness or whatever, we know people travel, at least they will again someday. We know people are 90 miles an hour. And so to have us in their back pocket, no matter what, makes this so easy and user-friendly. Additionally, this gives us an opportunity to do live events in the online arena for these members, for these people who are signed up and solved. So if you have a beautiful, amazing event that is a webinar style thing on Zoom, we can easily post it into this arena and put it as an evergreen piece of content. So we have really sky's the limit in this arena. And so if you are a content creator, if you're somebody who has a lot to say and you're doing a lot of stuff, then we can put it up there. And what our members are able to do then, instead of like right now, as we're noticing, we're not going to get a ton of traffic walking around because we're all being super safe and having all this protocol, right? But in the online space, we don't have any protocol and we don't have to be safe. We can be as fun. So this, in essence, is adapting what we assumed and imagined the hallways of nurture to feel like day one into the online arena where we can send our clients. As you guys onboard your material, as you guys send in your modules to me, we're going to set up what is called affiliate links, meaning each of you will get your very own special link to send out to your client base. What that means is that then we can see and accredit everybody for how many people sign up. We can really decide who needs to work a bit harder, who might want to bring in more people. And as you have people coming into the space, you can sign them up for this as well. And really what it does is it puts us all in one beautiful space, and it is a marketing opportunity for you and your business. So this is like having marketing 101 right at your doorstep. So it takes out a lot of the heavy lifting in social media. It takes out a lot of the heavy lifting of having to write copy every fucking day and emails and all the things, because there's going to be new people signing up for this every day and scrolling through all the amazing opportunities that we're offering them through this nurture experience, so that they can totally like get all this amazing intel and meet you and know you and like you. And so again, just to reiterate what I said earlier, is that the goal of this is to educate our peeps, entertain them, guys, entertain them. Because if we're super droll and just teachy, preachy, they're gonna give up. So put a little boogie in it, put a little entertainment in it, make it fun for them, okay? And then 3, inspire. And again, that inspiration, like hopefully you're building it in anyways, because all of us have clients and all of us are doing great. So there's gotta be a little inspiration in your voice anyway. The true inspired moment, the true inspired action is your call to action at the end of every video, wherein you have an opportunity to sell, okay? So you are always sending them back to your website. You are always sending them back to a place where they can know, like, and work with you in real life, okay? And even if everything that you'll learn here in this online experience is this, even if the brick and mortar's doors have to close temporarily again, this here is going to teach you how to have a business online and offline. The way my business works is that I am making easily money every month passively, because I have all of these things set up in my business that I can sell people easily my online programs. So while I work one-to-one with people, a lot of what I do is I have evergreen material as well that serves them and solves for them and gives them a lot of heart and material that they need. But then I also get to interact and work with them. So I can work with people all over the country and even all over the world. And so that's what you're going to have the opportunity to learn how to do here, but B, and most importantly, this is going to be the thing that will help you survive any sort of change in business, right? Any recession, any depression, anything that might show up, excuse me, in our lives. So if you don't have all the details, if you're not getting the emails that I'm sending out, if you're missing something, let me know, DM me, and I'll make sure to get you all the things. And it's just my honor to help all of us kind of thrive in this community and in this space. So I'm still looking forward to see what you all create, what you all have to offer, and what you all are selling. Okay, lots of love, you guys. Peace out. Bye.